Hello everyone, मैं हूं सप्पे भारी आकाश तिवारी and today we have Mr. Varun Bhavnani, my 3 a.m. friend. Because मैंने उनको रात को 3 बजे रिक्वेस्ट किया था, इसके लिए उन्होंने अग्री कर लिया. He is the co-founder of Entity Gaming and also the chief gaming officer of Entity Gaming India. Well, Entity Gaming is one of the first esports team in India जो सबसे ज्यादा लंबे समय तक चला है and one of the best teams in India we have right now. So, bhai, I want you to explain us and all the audience ki how does this esports scene and the gaming sector works? Like कैसे players and competitions होते हैं, कैसे पैसा आता है? Because a lot of people outside the sector they don't know about this stuff. Ki how does this industry works? So, matlab, we need to start from that.
Okay, so esports is a very small part of gaming. All right, the entire ecosystem of games, softwares, hardware, all of this eventually maculate towards gaming. Esports is just the competitive part of a particular game. So let's say you're watching cricket, you're watching football, you're watching table tennis or badminton. These are the different games, and you're basically having teams that compete under you know they grind day in day night out, and they're getting better and better at it. The biggest fad is right now what I'm seeing in the industry is just because um, it's a very blurry line between you being an online streamer. Being an online streamer, entertaining your audience from the gaming aspect is not necessarily contributing towards esports. Esports is the true essence of esports is just about competing. It was the old school fundamentals of you getting your gang together. It all started off that way. So um, right now, yes, I can proudly say that as a passion project what started 4 years back of so I come from a background where I was very engaged into the CS community back in 2000. But it there comes a time where, and the industry, nobody knew about it, right? Parents se sirf gali khane ka ki what the hell are you doing, right? But I used to win a lot of stuff. I got all the recognition possible. There are yeah, pile of certificates that all I could achieve that time. But slowly I realized that that's not the right time. This is, I'm talking about back in 2000, right? It's not the right time. Nobody knew about esports and competitive gaming, even gaming for that matter. Gaming for that matter was a taboo. you know it was very difficult for me to convince my parents, and my parents talking to other parents or their other relations in the family about what the hell is your son doing, right? So I come of that old school phase, or time capsule, I would say, where gaming was, like, you were looked down on. What started as a psyche is essentially gaming is all about escapism, right? It is a psychological behavior. Not many people think about it. Yes, it gives you the adrenaline rush, the dopamine levels, the sense of achievement, and all of that stuff is only because there are some conditional weaknesses in the reality, right, that you're running away from, which is why it is used as the primary escapism tool, right? Uh, I've gone through all of that. We've all been young into doing gone through a lot of relationship troubles and all of that stuff. So thinking back in the day, I can say that was the core of me moving towards gaming, right? बाप से मार खाया है, डांटे खाई है. I have been literally sidelined by my friends. I've gone through a lot of shit, right? This is the hard reality, because right now everybody is like, oh, it's very convenient for me to slap a gamer identity just because I have one mobile game on my phone, or I play PUBG, or I'm good at Counter Strike. Doesn't make me a gamer. A gamer is more of a culture rather than just your identity. So yeah, I mean, it's things have changed. over the course of years, I've seen how game development, how people have curated games, they adapted. I mean, look at Candy Crush. If 4 to 5 years back, Candy Crush was a household name. My mom was playing it. My sister
Yeah,
was playing it.
exact. My mom was playing Candy Crush at 4 a.m. मतलब,
Yep. I mean, there is a deep science towards that too. You know why it appeals to the female audience. Candy Crush, once given whenever it came out.
yeah.
Okay, the amount of research gone into the colors, the glitter, the glimmer, the shine of the candies, the sound feedback. More importantly, the sound feedback. I mean, come on, if you were in your right head and you the sound feedback, the sound cue that you get is delicious and sugarlicious, right?
Oh,
You
dude, how
understand
good
it.
is
For a
it?
guy, it is not perceived, but for the female audience, it tickles the right spots.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of science that has evolved into games in particular. And again, I don't really support the point that it is addiction, right? Why? Because I came out fine, right? I have my priorities aligned. I have a kid now. I'm happily married. I've done nothing in my life except for being jobless since 2000 and being involved in this gaming industry. Can you imagine? So I consider being part of the gaming industry being jobless, considered jobless, right? Because वही दिमाग में है कि 20 साल पहले भी पब्लिक वही बोलता था, अरे ये क्या कर रहा है, वीडियो गेम्स क्या खेल रहा है, लाइक व्हाट द हेल. So तभी से मैंने बोल दिया, हाँ मैं I'm jobless. And soon after that, I went out to Vancouver to pursue game design. I can proudly say I was among the few Indians at that point, to take up that step. And this is the much before the inception of even the smartphones. People didn't know gaming. India में तो सोच ले, it was completely zero.
Yeah.
So I have had to, adapt myself, evolve, make the community and people around me aware of what the hell am I doing, right? And it is not for being accepted ki, okay, you're doing something. Today I am at a position where every Tom, Dick and Harry is calling me up and knowing me, अरे तू bro, तेरा तो gaming में है, तेरा तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला, you're not going to be hit by this, you must be doing. They're
मस्त
envious
ना
right
ब्रो,
now.
इंडस्ट्री मस्त चल रही, गेमिंग तू तो कमा रहा, मचा रहा होगा ब्रो
Exactly.
तू.
Exactly. So this is the perception right now. And I'm looking at it with a straight face ki you were the same person about 10 years back who were like, अरे ये फालतू आदमी क्या मतलब, games कर रहा है, games बना रहा है, कौन खेल रहा है, who the hell. That was the so which is why it has, for me, it has been a long journey of where I have come. And truly I like to consider myself a very introvert in terms of talking too much about gaming or something. But जब भी तूने मेरे को 3 a.m. को message किया था, it was just something that and there were a lot of things that were going on in my head.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, this is something that is placed in front of me in that at that point in time. Maybe I have been approached by someone who wants me to be, who wants to hear me out. That was the perception. So I went on with the rant. Obviously I was in a completely different zone. But yeah, it's gaming is a beautiful industry to be in, but it requires a lot of hard work, dedication, the right temperament and the right direction. Very important. Because if you are in just because, okay, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is harping about, oh my God, look at the streamers, we're making millions of dollars and, all that. That is a bunch of bull crap. Bunch of bull crap. And viewership. I mean, fuck viewership. Like, come on. You don't consider esports, you don't use esports and viewership hand in hand, never, right? It is only, yes, it is a subset, right? It is something that supports the organization, supports the player, right? It is a subset. But right now every Tom, Dick and Harry wants to have a game streaming platform, right? Oh, I want to start my YouTube. I play, मैं अच्छा
भाई
खेल लेता हूँ,
कसम से यार.
I will be entertaining, कुछ भी गाली गलौज करूंगा. Look at the shit of uh, the quality of content on YouTube, right? I mean, I am ashamed of being associated with uh, this vibe around my community. I want I want that clean aesthetics. I want that good gamer vibes that need to flow out from content creators. आज की तारीख में it's all about controversies, एक दूसरे के ऊपर मत spill करना. That is all it. You know,
Yeah, I was about to come to YouTube streamers. I was
right?
about to come to the gaming scene money, and I was
Mm-hmm.
about to come about the rant you were speaking about. But
Mm-hmm.
कैसा है कि सब कुछ एक में ही आ गया. So let's go
Mm-hmm.
step by step. Tell me कि जब मैं 3 बजे, okay,
Mm-hmm.
जब मैंने रात को 3 बजे मैसेज किया, डीएम किया, first time
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to Varun, Chief Gaming
Mm-hmm.
Officer of NTT, okay,
Mm-hmm.
founder of NTT, and मतलब इतना लंबा कॉन्वर्जेशन मैंने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था. एंड यू वर गोइंग ऑन. सो व्हाट वर दोस thoughts which you said na ki I was just speaking a lot and बहुत सारे thoughts
I
थे दिमाग
speak.
में.
I wouldn't be joking, but I receive 100+ messages from random people,
Yeah.
throughout the week, and certain players are sharing their profile pictures, of their in-game statistics, and sir, give me an opportunity, or maybe how is my selection process, and all of that stuff. They kind of want to know, all of that stuff. For
Yeah.
you, it was more about, hey. Heard about you. I want to kind of connect with you. I just want to kind of, it was more of like, I have a podium where I can talk to somebody who's younger to me, right?
Yeah.
Who can inspire a lot of people in the future. You know, maybe turn a few heads of the current generation as well.
Okay, so why are you so frustrated right now? Because that's how since last 1 year, okay, since last 1 year gaming industry is
Frustrated.
working like this way. So conflicts हो रहे हैं, controversies हो रही है, people are earning through, there are third party channels who are making controversies
Yeah,
कि NTD versus this, why did Soul के ये सब team members निकले, and people are earning from their videos because उसमें million views है. So people are
correct.
using this thing, and then there are made people going in tournaments and using wrong things. So why are you frustrated? Because this is happening since a long time, right? So maybe,
Um,
yeah,
right now, I think the Indian audience hasn't matured enough
yeah,
to
yeah,
gauge the right content. So organizations are being throwing shit. Players are delving into the whole controversial. Let me be controversial for clicks. That perception is out in the public. Um, Also, like I said, as an esports team, your players' primary focus should just be about performance, right?
yeah,
If you take, for example, any cricketing, we are a cricketing nation, right? So you take any of the top cricketers, they have achieved what they have achieved is only on sheer performance. Yes, there are ups and downs. Everybody understands ki you can't always win, right? And in esports, it's a very volatile market. Volatile in the sense there'll always be a young blood, or a set of people that come together, form the right synergy and chemistry, and blow up a lot of things. So a lot of dependency, it's just about the temperament. It eventually boils down to, okay, this brand right now, I'm associating with this brand is taking care of me, right? It pays me a monthly salary, right? It keeps me at the boot camp. This is the perception, which is why the maturity. I'm not running an NGO. To be really honest, I'm not running an NGO कि कोई भी आया दरवाजे पे, हाँ मैं तेरे को प्रोफेशनल बनाता हूँ. No, it's not. It's a business end of the day, right? I aspire to create that world class talent, where a team from India can compete on a global stage. And I'm not talking in particularly about entity, I'm talking about a vision of esports जो होना चाहिए इंडिया में, right? It should be about getting those top tier, players. इतने सारे लोग हैं यार, come on. Yeah, population is bloody ridiculous. Okay, we have so many youngsters, right? you and your everybody's harping about, oh my god, look at the gamers, ye covid ka situation, look at the viewership skyrocket and everything. And then there is another aspect, oh my god, it's a multi-million dollar industry, and bullocks, it's not.
So where is Team Entity going? Because in PUBG Mobile, it's been TSM and you guys are collaboration. Okay,
Hmm.
CS:GO, I think so. The team is disbanded. There's no one playing right now.
Yep.
And on Free Fire, there's someone who got banned from Garena.
Yeah, in fact, we just put out a official statement with
Yeah,
AFK yesterday. Soon after that thing was flagged by Garena. What we did was we cross-checked our players and we asked Garena for their support in order to. Because see, right now, given the situation, I can't have the boys at the boot camp, right?
yeah,
So they're playing remotely. I don't know. Well, yes. Soon after that, Ashwatthama thing, was flagged. We asked all of our players to actually have another additional camera installed so we can watch their handy cam, or just have, it's basic
yeah.
precautionary steps that you would want to take. Nothing flagged out, and it looked kind of suspicious, since that time, which is why we approached Garena, and we were like, we want to kind of do want to kind of get into investigating this further, right? And yeah, they found out apparently that most of them were using either double dual logins, and that is basically a breach of our agreement. So anything that you use, even if you sign on with your game account, your pro gaming account on your mother's phone, and we get to know about it, it is basically a breach of agreement. It is as simple as that. You can't be account sharing, you can't be logging in or dual logging in onto two devices or all of that.
Okay,
Um, but yeah, like the players will come crying, they'll tell me about stories like, oh sir, you know what, we signed in on their another phone because we wanted to use the VPN and get the in-game currency a bit cheaper. Apparently that is one of the tricks that these boys, all of them, mostly in the Free Fire community, have been using, is they use a certain kind of VPN that gives them access to the Indonesian store, and the in-game currency that you usually pay for is a bit cheaper. So
okay.
all of those flags were like, nay, I don't want to basically uh, get into something that I have no control right now. So which is why the best move was to bye bye.
Yeah, I actually saw that statement on Facebook. You have released it, but that's what I'm saying. So where is Team Entity going right now? Because the four games, it's kind of a bit disturbed for you guys right now, right? So how?
Not disturbing. We're just evaluating. It is. देखने जाएगा देख आज की तारीख में पहले से ही we know the main trait of entity gaming was to pick up the right talent,
Hmm.
was to groom the right talent, and has always been its primary performance. Uh, we don't pick up leftovers first. Okay, I'm not an organization that will. There are organizations who pick a lot of my players. Okay, eventually when I say bye bye, that's how they run their business. But
You can name
uh,
those organizations. I know one of them.
mm, hey, I mean, see again, that is another big problem, right?
Fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Everybody is harping about when I put out when I do a Counter Strike, a Free Fire, or let's say a Call of Duty post, of a new roster and anything. People harp about, "Arey, why the hell did you let go of the Counter Strike team?"
Yeah,
And yeah, there have been a lot of editors and people who wanted to kind of dig deeper into why did we take that move. Um, it was more of a business decision, to be really honest, and more importantly, I was bored of the fact that, and this is the game I'm talking about that I admire since my start, right, since my
yeah.
inception as a gamer. So I wanted to basically take this team, a winning team, and no doubt I had the best players, best guys on the team. But again, the vision, the mindset, the alignment of what you want to achieve. I don't want to be just winning the ESLs and the Mountain Dews and all of that stuff in India. I want to create that one team that actually goes out and waves that Indian flag. That is what I aspire to be. फिर then I know कि हाँ मेरा काम, I It's like Ganga Snan, that I have solely done. But again, like I said, the alignment of the players and what our vision was they wanted to be local. We wanted to be more focused on global. So.
Yeah, so coming to business and money point of view, okay. So
Hmm.
there are two things. First, key, how did you build up entity? Because it took you two
Hmm.
and a half years, and
Hmm.
it's kind of difficult setting up boot camps, player sponsorship, पैसा लाना, क्योंकि अब फिलहाल इंडिया में इतना mentality वैसा नहीं था. So
Hmm.
how did you build those things? आया कहाँ से? And right now, how is the business going for entity? Like, are you guys earning that much? Uh, what's the scenario?
So again, like any other startup, we started off putting our own blood and sweat into creating something, into creating a model that can be proven, in the long term, in the short term. Um, and eventually we went to, the right people who believed in our vision, and we raised a decent amount of money, which helped us in having a boot camp, getting a content team, all of that stuff, all the basic foundation in play. um, and it was all about then exploring the games, right? It was getting into the right games, it was making the right noise, more importantly. And for us, to be really honest, it's not about whether my player reaches 100K followers on Instagram. It is about, hey, he won 100K in a year. you know that is the difference of how at least me and my partner Nirav think. We are aligned that way. We are old school, थोड़ा बूढ़े type है, अपनी सोच वैसी थोड़ी है. We don't get into this hype of creating stream puppets and brand monkeys. I don't believe in that. I believe that if a player is good enough for the longevity of his career, he's a superstar by himself. He doesn't need to, you know,
Yeah,
then you can do. Then once you know that you have that consistency in your team, you know, yes, you won a great tournament, you a big tournament. Now you need to have that hunger to win. If you start getting air about it, right? Oh, I stood fifth in the world at the PMC or global finals. You start getting air about it, that's your doom. That's where the downfall starts. So for us, and more importantly our players are always aligned to the fact that ठीक है, have your focus on your social media network, do your streaming, do everything, but as long as your performance is not hindered. you know if we see that dip in performances, that is where we start pulling the plugs. So we're very very frank about it and very open about it. In fact, talking about the CS team, our CS team was in fact with us for the longest time, almost 2 years plus. Majority of the guys, right? Um, all of them were having an incentive to a point where if you want to stream, say X amount of hours in a month, just to grow your traction, gauge there will be an additional bonus that will be appended to your salary. Imagine. But
okay.
I think there was, with the exception of just Simmer, nobody else actually had that in Clinton, because they were so focused on just getting performance, right? Just focusing on, and then obviously, the drama of, one player walks out, gets poached by whatever, and then team shatters. Counter Strike is a very team dependent, and once you put and you invest time into the team, and if one particular individual or two particular individuals do not, have their focus in line, that's where the entire displacement of the team happens. It starts dripping. It's very important for all five to be nailing at the same time.
Mm.
So there are a lot of factors. I mean, and these boys are young, and you need to understand the influence of relations, the dating
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
apps,
I
the
saw, I saw your
content that you're
post. I
reading.
saw your post that contestants, participants are getting disturbed at this
So,
age by a lot of distractions. I saw your post.
yeah, it is ridiculous. People don't. Like, हम लोग को, think of it. It must be a very stupid thing, but uh, give it thought. It makes sense. You are always distracted. You're always distracted. people are either pinging you on WhatsApp, you're looking up, you're losing distraction levels. That's the number of screens that are around us are making things difficult. People don't realize it, but we are being conditioned, right? And that condition has to have some repercussions in some form, and which I believe is, if you're a pro gamer, and you need to put in all that focus and stuff, it requires you to just cut off, which is very difficult for these guys who are in their early 20s, 25s. So
Coming to the major players, okay, like Fanatics and TSM and
mhm,
every other player. So,
mhm,
what do you guys look at those factor when you're investing in some games, like the team when you're making teams? Like right now, you have
mhm.
team for Dota, 4 or 5 games. You have teams, right? Dota and PUBG and so. So, what do you look at when you're selecting a game and selecting a team for that? How do you start investing, and
um,
what is your thought?
See, again, from the business side of it, we will
Business side.
see, yeah, from the business side of it, we will see, what price pool we are competing for, right? Second, we will see whether the regional impact, what is the regional stance, what is the, whether we should be picking up, we should be tapping India as the region, should we pick up, evaluate a team in Southeast Asia somewhere, or pick up a European team or an NA team. You need to kind of understand. We do the study and research of what region we want to capitalize on. Um, Obviously, that is primary factor for as a business. You're looking at that hefty prize money.
Yeah.
People will give you a lot of story ki अरे नहीं हम लोग को ये because it's such a great game, or मैं ये leak करूंगा वो leak करूंगा or whatever, I just want to get there. Namesake, no. If you it's all about eventually the prize pool, right? And more importantly, the underlying layer is an organization sitting out of India has either an Indian team or is having control of some international team and still making noise. So like we did back in 2018 with our Dota team, right? Nobody knows, but if you look up and do your research, we fell by about 2 games to reach the finals, the
Yeah.
not the finals, the main top 20 of the international that year. Out of 600 plus teams that were competing in Southeast Asia, we finished fourth. Only if we finished third, we would have finished third, we would have been at the TI. And this entire esports, what we see now, like India IPL, you remember? अगर India World Cup जीतती है, उसके बाद IPL आता है, everybody is making noise about it. It's the same thing. If a team or an organization from India would have reached TI at that time, this would have been a different ball game altogether.
Dude, shit.
We would have been talking literal, the influx of, I would say, easily uh, double the teams, double the people that were invested into it, and obviously, if those two happen, the talent that gets invested also doubles. So it's all a chain reaction.
I think so. That's what India likes. Not only gamers, overall artists be like. Before, I used to play a game called as
Yes,
Ragnarok. If you know
correct.
Ragnarok, I have no
Mm-hmm,
idea.
mm-hmm,
You know, right? So when I used to play Ragnarok, whoever used to play Ragnarok now, they used to
mm,
help each other out, or there is this community guild,
mm,
and then धीरे धीरे you guys connect to Pinoy servers and every other else. But everyone used to help each other out because they knew
correct.
how difficult it was, and still gaming कर रहे. Wow, अरे चल, let's talk about it. Let's spread awareness, and there was a lot of positivity. But right now it is ki अरे bro, मतलब it's kind of the industry is booming, but the players are divided, I think.
Problem क्यों है? As gamers, again,
Uh,
it's a conditioning. Uh, and it is a very Indian centric conditioning. Right from the days of our education, right? School में जब भी थे और report card मिलता था, eventually it would be what did your cousins get, or your best friend score, right? It used to be that conditioning that key were always compared to whether you fared better, whether you were judged, whether you fared better or you were okay, or you underperformed, right? It was that competitiveness, and as Indians, that is very important. We have that built-in competitiveness in us. People forget that.
hmm.
हम लोग literally, we'll find a way to do everything possible in order to achieve something, which is a great thing. But again, it needs that little conditioning. It needs that right direction key. Do it right. Do it well, and you will get you will deserve whatever you at the end of it. So, but again, like I said, being controversial is not the right if you are getting into controversies, if you have an opinion about somebody else, you don't deserve to be an influencer first. Okay, an influencer is primarily focusing on, oh, you know what, I just tested this out, or maybe this feature in the game, and I want to talk to you about it. Will, it's a more, I'm not just saying keep the boring edutaining part of it, being
Yeah.
educational and entertaining, वो ही नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, but yes, you can spice it up in a much more classier way, यार. you know Instead of the BCs and the MCs floating around and the toxicity and the hate, what you're doing is breaking the community apart, because then certain people will who are your influenced people will
Yeah.
follow your bandwagon. Whatever you say, they will just blindly follow,
Hmm.
right? And then it becomes a cult कि अरे my god, soul का एक cult हो गया, entity का एक cult हो गया. No, gaming has got us all together. Just bloody enjoy. No, that's it. That should be the fundamentals. If one day some player from Soul or whatever team outperforms everybody, everybody should be appreciative of that. They should all applaud that. This is how, और वो players को भी लगेगा ना यार, मेरे को भी चाहिए. Even I want the audience to roar my name out, or lash out on super chat or whatever. You know, it should be a very healthy two-way interaction between the players and their audience, or the organization and their audience.
Where do you think gaming is gonna go next? Like, you're the chief gaming officer. What do you think?
It's going to grow, definitely. Okay, in terms of viewership and all that stuff, yes, definitely it'll grow. But if you talk about the again, like the esports angle, okay, where performance is,
Yeah.
it still needs that sense of maturity. And I think every organization eventually, when they realize that they need to start focusing on just performance, and maybe, yes, obviously keep the entertainment and the audience engagement angle at par, but always be the subset. Don't bank on, today people are going with to sponsor ABCD because you have viewership numbers. That shouldn't be it. Bloody promise them that you have a winning team in hand, no, or you will be on it. See, you can obviously not deliver कि ये boss मैं साल में सब tournaments जीतूंगा,
Obviously,
right?
obviously. Yeah.
Even he will be like, what the hell?
Hmm.
Okay, there is always, since there is a human element involved, there is always be that hiccup where you're not sure. But as an organization, you have to primarily focus on the players growth in terms of performance and getting and beating the game, literally. That's how professionals act. The players abroad have that mindset because they know this is a very rare opportunity. आज के तारीख में, to be really honest, PUBG को लेकर in the last, we got in very early 2018 in
Hmm.
December, I think we got in, right? uh, I knew it. Somehow I knew it ki, it's a no-brainer. Anything that's got to do with shooting people, okay, works in India. Ne- लिख के ले ले. So CS में देख लिया था, okay, but CS में the problem and the restriction is about the platform itself. Not everybody can afford a 50 to a lakh rupee computer.
Yeah.
Right now, PUBG I can play on an office laptop because the developers have worked on a PUBG Lite version. Then I know ki if I have an inferior phone, I can play the PUBG Lite version on the phone.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to invest on a better phone because I want to play the actual PUBG mobile, the pro version, whatever, right? So the platform feasibility has opened up, doors to these gamers who were shying away from the fact कि बहुत महंगा investment है, right? But the good thing about it is now that सबने खून चख लिया है, right, gaming का through a mobile phone, okay,
Yeah.
yes, I consider them casual gamers. But if you just look at time, roll back in time, you will see how you have upped your experience levels in terms of computer. When you had your first gaming computer, then you looked eventually after a year later, you were looking for what is better in terms of, oh my god, I need to get a better GPU. अरे यार ये performance ये वाला better है. That's how you scale, right? ये headphone से, oh my god, I've got now these soundproof एकदम noise cancellation headphones. It's got better, right?
Yeah.
Slowly people have realized that that's where they will start investing into this space. मोबाइल्स का देख ले, पहले तो 5,000 का फोन भी हालो उठा लेता था, right? But because people right now are consuming content and they want a better experience, is why they will invest in better phones. भले वो 1 साल में हो या 6 महीने में हो या every quarter हो, who knows. But India is one of the biggest phones countries that spend so much money on phones year on year, right?
Hmm.
So it is all a vicious circle. People will, these mobile guys, mobile gamers will eventually upgrade to a better experience. They will start investing into, having high-end PCs or buying consoles or buying whatever. That is the, ये है, अभी वो maturity just kick in होना चालू होएगा. People will develop a taste. All I'm saying is, don't bitter that taste right now.
Hmm.
There are a lot of people and influences that bitter that taste, and that they need to be exterminated from the industry.
Strong
So
word, strong word.
yeah, I'm very vocal about the fact. जो है वो है. You can't be harping about yourself every bloody place, right? You have to do something for the industry. Just करो कुछ कि आगे जाके देखोगे कि क्या हो रहा है.
We
Like
need more
fucking
people like
18 years back घंटा किसको मालूम था कि बेंच गेमिंग कुछ होने वाला है, right?
uh,
What the fuck? Who thought कि oh my god, oh, you know what, I'm going to work on this game और ये आगे जाके public खेलने वाला है. Balls. We were a typical outsourced nation at the start, right? It was only about, oh, we can get things done cheaper. Eventually, look where we have come. Today, the likes of Ludo King. Ludo King is a bloody household name.
हाँ
Everybody is
dude,
playing
मतलब
it,
next
right?
Candy Crush हो गया वो तो हाँ.
Then it came with the age-old game, right? अपना analog game था, उसको digitally मस्त port किया, visually appealing कर दिया, connectivity, all of that is sorted. It's a brilliant game.
Yeah.
Simple things go a long way, you know.
In your entire gaming career, okay,
Mhm.
what is your fuck up moment? Yeah, what is the shittiest moment you have ever witnessed, you have ever done?
I quit playing was my biggest shittiest moment I recollect. But again, that was a time where, see, I come from a very middle class family. Okay, I am not like कि अरे मेरे बाप के पास बहुत पैसा था तो अरे बाहर भेजा गेमिंग के लिए balls. I had, मेरे को मालूम है कि मैंने कितना मरवाया है अपनी, okay, in order to convince him कि boss, please let me do this, okay. I don't want to be, dude, I took up what, BSc IT, okay. I'm a by degree holder, I'm a BSc IT grad. क्यों लिया? क्योंकि मेरे को मालूम है कि प्रोग्रामिंग बैक ऑफ द एंड गेमिंग में ना प्रोग्रामिंग कुछ इन्वॉल्व है, एंड दिस इज द टाइम आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, bro, I didn't know what goes inside a game.
Yeah.
Okay, I used to play games also. uh, didn't have a PC that time. One of my cousins used to own a PC, उसके घर पे जाके खेलने का,
मैं
or
साइबर
my
कैफे में.
friends used to, ब्रो वो टाइम पे साइबर कैफे के भी पैसे नहीं थे, मैं वो टाइम की बात कर रहा हूँ,
Okay.
जब भी कंप्यूटर क्लास में वो 586 यार वो 3.5 इंच का फ्लॉपी डिस्क में प्रिंस ऑफ पर्शिया डाल के खेलते थे, तभी से आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट ओल्ड स्कूल gaming experiences and the kind we've done कि you know oh, and I think at least in my school that was the only room that had an air conditioner, right? So must matlab, recess, you forget eating your lunch or whatever and continue playing that. So those were the good old times that I recollect. Coming from that, nothing has changed for me. My biggest downfall has been the day I quit playing. um, to be really honest, आज तक I feel that कि you know what, fuck, मेरे को सिर्फ अगर कोई opportunity दे ना, or if I was in that good space of my own players, कि I'm getting paid, I'm being taken care of, I would put my blood and sweat into whoever does that for me. And it's just not about entity, I'm talking about whoever. Tomorrow if you had to throw in, okay, you tell me कि बॉस मैं तेरे को 20,000 दे रहा हूँ, 25,000, तू मेरे लिए खेल, okay, या मेरे ब्रांड के लिए खेल और प्रमोट मी और डू एनीथिंग, दिल और जान से करूंगा, क्यों नहीं,
So why are
राइट?
you not playing
दिस
for entity?
एज देख यार, अभी तो हाथ कांपते हैं, ऐसे हिलते हैं, और आधा टाइम तू मेरे को बोलता है कि मैं फ्रस्ट्रेटेड रहता हूँ, गुस्से में रहता हूँ.
मैं नहीं बोल रहा, मैंने बोला कि
नहीं,
ये
तूने
गलत
स्टार्टिंग
ले.
में बोला था, इसके लिए मैं क्लियर कर
अरे
दिया है.
नहीं, मैं वैसा नहीं बोल रहा, मैं फ्रस्ट्रेटेड नहीं रहता dude. You interacted with me very well. I'm just saying कि why are you frustrated on the
ब्रो यू
scenario?
डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ आगे जाके तू इसका भी रिप्रिकॉशंस देखेगा. पब्लिक 2-2 महीने से घर से नहीं निकला है ना, दे विल बी ट्रॉमेटाइज्ड. तू देखना वो इफेक्ट कैसा आ रहा है, बिहेवियर
क्या बात
पैटर्न
कर रहे हो भाई, मैं ये
दिखेगा
सब नहीं
जरा.
सोच रहा हूँ.
तू जब ही बाप बनेगा ना थोड़ा और जब भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के केटर करेगा, जब भी तेरे को मालूम है कि हाँ तू कुछ नहीं है, यू आर हेल्पलेस, यू नो कांट डू एनीथिंग, then you will start thinking more realistically. It'll
Shit.
come. वो एक फेज है. मैं भी ऐसा नहीं सोचता था. ऐसा
हाँ
कोई नहीं है. I still believe I'm the dumbest, and my father also believes कि I'm super dumb. Okay, but he knows कि anything and everything gaming he reads about now. First thing he'll tell me. Today, bro, I'm telling you now, there have been times when my father has called me the black sheep of the family, abused me, hit me, ki gaming chode, I don't want you to. He made me, I was the youngest bloody toon to go into this, वो टाइम पे NIIT होता था, ओके, जो ये कंप्यूटर कोर्सेज करते थे.
हाँ हाँ.
मेरे को ना मेरे डैड ने एक ई-कॉमर्स कोर्स में डाला था जब मैं 9th स्टैंडर्ड में था. Okay. E-commerce में basically they were teaching you SQL, database and all of that, query कैसे लिखते हैं, search engines कैसे बनाते हैं, वो सब. Then eventually he got me a tutor who was teaching me Tally. Why? Because he wanted me to help him file his accounts and everything on a computer, right? This is
Okay.
how I gauged key. I became more tech savvy because my father enforced something that was non-gaming, was actually utilizing that 50,000 PC, 50,000 rupees का जो PC उस time में खरीदा था. Dad basically made sure कि I was making good use of it. But as soon as dad used to step out of the house, the first thing I know is going to click on a game. So that is the मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, I miss those times यार. I miss that innocent जब वो थे ना कि कोई नहीं देख रहा है, खेलो. Today
Oh
also
shit.
the
याद है मुझे.
gamers का simple mentality वही है bro. You'll hardly find any gamers who are very vocal. मैं समझता हूँ ये content creators और ये वो सब, तो they have to be non-camera shy and very open and vivid. But the gamers are those people who want to be in that dark, dingy room, just cut off from the world, listening to my music, playing my game, easing out, you know. But so yeah, I mean,
But
if
ये
only a
अभी
lot of
कितना
people.
प्राउड मोमेंट होगा ना, मतलब when you look at
For me, my dad, it is right now. He's on skyrocket. So he's like, I trusted you that time. For the longest time, it was very hard. To be even realistic, the early stages of my game development phase, when I was part of India Games and then UTV and then Disney, you know, uh, he wasn't sure because abhi tak it didn't become a household name. Soon after Candy Crush, names like Clash of Clans, and bit of, some bit of exposure on MTV and then Hotstar, to now following and watching all my matches, right, has changed that
yeah,
whole perception.
shit.
So even if I'm dead tired and I've passed out, my dad will keep me posted. Arey, you know, this happened during the live game and this happened. So it is those small little things. I mean, he won't do it every day. Whenever he's at that little, and right now, you need to understand everybody is harping about gaming ना. तो जिसको नहीं भी पढ़ने का है, उसके भी सामने न्यूज़ आ ही रहा है, right?
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is it is a very, I'd say empty vessels make the most noise. ठीक है, वो हो रहा है. The right indicator or the right people is a very small, uh, population of this entire industry. People who actually believe that you can do something. Otherwise, सब लोग इधर for the quick buck. They are leechers. I call them leechers. You know, self-proclaimed gamers, whatever their degrees, scam, and then they'll be like, oh, I can do this, I've come from marketing. Oh, I can do this because I've come from film. Yes, you bring a lot of expertise, but that doesn't make you haven't seen shit, you haven't gone through shit, you don't deserve to call yourself gamer. मेरे लिए वो फंडा है, भले वो थोड़ा ओल्ड स्कूल हो, बट जैसे मैंने स्टार्ट में बोला था, एक गेम खेलने से मैं वो गेमर जो टैग लग जाता है ना आजकल सबको,
हाँ
ठीक
हाँ
है,
हाँ.
दैट इज इररेलेवेंट इन माय ओपिनियन. मेरे डिक्शनरी में वैसा कोई है ही नहीं. बहुत कम लोग हैं जो दिन और रात, लाइक टुडे आई कैन, I'm not joking. In the last 2 months, I must have explored or played 45 plus games, right? And I don't finish all games, but I make sure कि I, you know, take the see what is a game eventually? It's an experience, right? मेरे को entertain होने का. I want to feel that rush. I want to feel achieving. I want to feel कि okay, did something, whether it is a grind or it is shooting somebody or it is, bursting three or forming three formations of three. So it's just about the experience, and the experience right now needs to is obviously being focused on. There are a lot of game companies working, at least in such times. I see the development angle of gaming again picking up big time.
Hmm.
I feel people now are going to be on their phones. That means they're going to consume a lot more data, consume a lot of more content also, right? And they want to explore more content. So whether it be some cricketing apps to, the next Ludo King, whoever knows, or the Snakes and Ladder, you'll be playing Snakes and Ladder virtually or online, whatever, you know, but not the rummy and the, please, I don't endorse all that crap. वो ट्रेन में बैठ के वैसे भी करते थे, तुम अभी
How about
मोबाइल पे कर रहे
Spider Solitaire?
हो. No. वो, I mean, yes, it's still a form of gaming. I'm no one to judge कि what makes you feel. For me, it is obviously not those choices because वो सब हो गया मेरा करके.
हाँ, मतलब that is the
But for
first game when
somebody
you buy
who,
a PC. मतलब that's when
हाँ, मतलब
10 साल पहले.
somebody I know who, अरे क्या गेम खेला था, अरे मेरा नोकिया फोन था, मैंने स्नेक्स बहुत खेला था.
Oh
So
yeah.
yes, he remembers. No, see, the long lasting impression is what matters, right?
Yeah.
कि I remember playing a mobile game and the first game was snakes. Oh well, good job.
Dude, but honestly मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मैंने ये जितना बात किया है ना, थिंग इज कि
Mhm,
मैंने इतना डीपली कभी कभी गेमर को अंडरस्टैंड नहीं होगा, द माइंडसेट जितना
mhm.
भी होता है, बिकॉज दिस इंडस्ट्री इज कंज्यूमिंग, ये सब भी
Correct.
मीडिया में आ जाता है, एवरीथिंग इज इनटू मीडिया. आप सिर्फ बाहर के नंबर्स आने सब में इतना जाते हो, you cannot
Correct.
understand
Nobody
the
wants to
mentality. And
focus.
exactly, and the thing is ki you are so passionate about your team, about the gaming whole industry, because you have been to
It's
all
my
through
baby.
all the shits. Exactly,
It's my first
exactly.
baby, and I will not shy away from the fact I have given my years of my life into this industry, and I will not see anybody just come and spill mud on it or, you
Exactly,
know.
because आप base से थे. मतलब base से ही
Yes,
proper
I
है.
am
That's the
old school,
reason
or
you've
मैं,
been so passionate.
yes, and sometimes, like I said, the threshold of gamers and their ego, okay, is a big factor. आज के
Yeah.
तारीख में nobody wants to be threatened or openly said कि, you suck, right? वो gamers, Indian और वो gamer tolerance बहुत छोटा आता है, बहुत
एक
छोटा.
एक एक फॉरेनर ने भी अभी अब्यूज किया था, उसको टीम से निकाल दिया है, बट
See again,
he abused Indians, right? He abused us.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, प्लेयर्स जब ये कंट्रोवर्सीज और बकवास में घुसेंगे तो यही होने वाला है. वी हैव टू टेक अ स्टैंड, नो, इवेंचुअली विल बी लाइक व्हाट द फक, क्या है, मतलब क्या चल रहा है. Once you
Yeah.
can let go, twice you can let go, but after that if it becomes a habit, then you are screwed.
What do you want from the people who are outside the gaming community, like people like us? Okay. What do
Mhm,
you want from them? Because I don't think so anyone has ever understood this kind of mentality जितना मैंने अभी सीखा है. I've
mhm,
not been only talking to you, मैं सीख रहा हूँ side by side. So
mhm,
what is the
mhm,
thing you need from the outside people community से
mhm.
बाहर के लोग?
Do not be biased about anything. Okay, treat gaming and gamers as just entertainers. All right. Whether yes, you look at the esports side of it, you can dive deeper when you have favoritism towards one player, just like cricket or any other sport, right? I like Sachin Tendulkar or I like Virat Kohli because he's a performer, right? So that the first priority when you're looking at esports or you're looking at gamer, there needs to be like first the quality of, don't be subdued by shitty quality, toxicity. Okay, keep the hate speech and all of that away because it's just going to bitter, you know just going to create a bitter vibe in the community, which is not going to be helpful to nobody. Today you can accuse what, the biggest thing is, don't look at esports organizations as, big people with big money and ये शौक है कि players रखना और teams रखना. What
Hmm.
we are trying to do is create a platform for upcoming talent, and the upcoming talent, the burst of upcoming talent in India is going to be exponential because everybody is playing right now, right? So at least that's what the numbers say.
Yeah.
There are people who are, there are a lot of people watching and less people playing. I don't know how that, but the influx is coming, right? More and more people will be invested into this, and all I'm saying is don't leech this industry off its if of it's just being a toddler right now. It's just come at a toddler stage. It was a baby once upon a time. there are few people in this industry who worked into growing this baby up. Okay, and yeah, just give it that little respect that it deserves. That is just not easy for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come and play or compete or represent, your country at a global level. There are a lot of endless sleepless nights that go into keep a team running, operational, the sanity levels in check. You know,
Uh,
um, so like I said, let it mature at a decent pace. Don't influence it in a wrong. It's not an addiction. TVs पे parental lock होता है, right?
hmm,
मेरे को बता कि 10 में से कितने पेरेंट्स वो parental lock यूज करते हैं. What is the ideal responsibility, or what is the primary feature of that parental lock, right? Is to curate content.
yeah.
But बच्चा आज के तारीख में I have seen kids who will go bounce to a game store and pick up GTA 5, right? Which is not meant for them. So as even I'm talking to even the audiences who may eventually, phase out and mature into life and stuff. I uh, or the parents, the few parents that must be watching,
Hmm.
you need to curate and moderate and supervise the content for your kids. It is very important. It all boils down to what are creative people. Creative people are people who will dramatically mix and match and evolve, a small little baby of all their exposure. I
Yeah.
feel all your experiences, Neil, go up here, right? And then eventually you're just picking up few elements and then plotting it out. It's just about that. In that euphoria of that moment where you know, oh my god, the idea I am echo is because you experienced one, you've experienced two, you've experienced all the 100 points, and you've just picked up those things and you've paraphrased it. So yeah, I mean, moderation, curation, supervision, content creators, please up your game. There's no point of doing a TikTok, YouTube, and all of that. This industry does not require that drama. It requires even pro gamers and gamers should not be opinionated about political, racial, all of that stuff. You should never have that influence ever, literally ever. We should be another republic altogether. We should be another cult altogether. That's what my belief is. कि और आज की तारीख में सब लोग वो एडवर्टाइजिंग ये करा दिया है, gamers united and whatever
No.
bullshit, all clickbait bullshit. Is I don't. Anyways, I've kept on the rant for too long.
No. It's fine. But I enjoyed it. Like, dude, मतलब मुझे बहुत मजा आया. I am still, मैं कोई professional gamer नहीं हूँ. Nothing. But dude, the only thing kept me connected was your passion. Honestly speaking, मतलब इतना hats off भाई, मतलब mind blown. मेरे को बहुत मजा आया. Obviously, I have no. भाई तुम्हें अच्छा लगा ना? How did you feel?
It's nice to open up. It's a friendly banter that I had. I was lucky to have you ping me at 3 a.m. in the morning, and
Yeah.
तो
I need to
वो जो बड़ास वो
thank your
टाइम पे
kid.
था.
हाँ.
वो बड़ास जो था वो टाइम पे, सो वो आज भी निकाल दिया.
अरे बस अभी में भी और कुछ और ज्यादा अभी भड़ास है भी नहीं. आई थिंक सो स्माइल आ गया है. बट नो, नॉट ओनली भड़ास, मतलब मैं सिर्फ भड़ास की बात नहीं कर रहा. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट
It's the
एवरीथिंग.
fact. Yeah, I'm talking about facts. Yeah, I put it in a very aggressive way because I'm hurt. Hurt by certain norms not changing in the ecosystem. I want people to be appreciative of this industry. I want people to start bloody taking this shit seriously. You know.
मेरे को समझ रहा है. एंड द
So
अमाउंट ऑफ स्वेट एंड ब्लड यू हैव पुट इन, दैट्स द रीजन यू हैव बीन आस्किंग फॉर सच थिंग्स. एंड वो
yeah, I mean,
कंप्लीटली इट्स मतलब समझते हो चीज.
if I'm still alive while in the next 50 years, by the time I'm 50 years old, you'll still see the same passion burning in me. So
Yes, we're gonna have one more conversation when you're 50 years old. Maybe soon, maybe if, maybe soon. But at the say that time we'll be talking about this conversation.
in fact, we'll talk about the grown-up industry then.
Oh,
The adult industry then.
okay, cool. But मुझे लगता है उससे जल्दी हो जाएगा, because I think so entity is gonna grow more, and
It will. It will.
It
See, as
will.
entity, we will continue doing what is in line with the vision of growing this industry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, अकेला घोड़ा भागता है, भागता है, भागता है. Public ताली मारती है, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But eventually फिर बोलती है यार ये अकेला क्यों भाग रहा है? यार हम लोग तो इधर chill कर रहे हैं ना, right?
I get
तो
it.
वो chilling public ना मेरे को चाहिए कि ये field पे आए और actually कुछ भागे.
ये हाईलाइट करने वाला हूँ मैं ट्रेलर में, बट या आई एम गोना सून मीट यू. ये कोविड खत्म होगा ना तो वी गोना हैव अ प्रॉपर पॉडकास्ट इफ यू लाइक्ड इट, इफ इट्स फाइन विद यू.
For sure, for sure. You're most welcome to come meet us, visit our boot camp. I'll take you to for a tour. Aja bindas. To
Done,
actually
done.
live a life of a
I
professional gamer.
I
Kabaddi.
want to done. मैंने actually videos देखा एंटिटी का, मतलब on the YouTube channel I've seen the boot camp, but actually want to have that experience. So next after COVID,
जो
we're
तू
gonna meet you.
देखेगा और जो तू एक्सपीरियंस करेगा जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. You will love it. Trust me.
Shit. Okay, done. So thank you so much, Varun.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.